Hey booktube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink I'm talking about today is readathons. I decided to participate in 2 readathons this weekend, which I'm really excited about. I've been so stressed with book backlog stuff and just being way too busy for a normal human being, so I'm really excited for some epic self-care time. The first readathon, which I'm getting ready to start right now, is Cozy Reading Night, and that is hosted by the lovely Lauren from Lauren and the Books. If you have not checked out her channel for some reason, you should definitely go do so. I'll have it linked up top and down below. Lauren is one of my favorite booktubers and I love watching her videos, so I'm sure you will too. Cozy Reading Night is actually hosted out of the UK, which is where Lauren is located. So in Portland, it's not really reading night, it's more like reading late morning / early afternoon. It's currently 11 a.m. and the readathon goes until 2 p.m. I actually have my Do I Look Like I Rise and Shine mug. Yes, that just seemed appropriate for the time differences. Yeah, and I'm really excited. I'm going to work on a Kindle book that I have been reading, which is actually a novella, and that is the third, I can use numbers, third novella by Lois McMaster Bujold. I forget actually what, I think this one is called Penrick and His Fox. I've read all of them except the third one. There's like 6 or 7, and somehow I missed the third one, and I don't know how I did that. When I was looking at them, they weren't numbered. It was just Penrick and His Demon, Penrick's Mission, Penrick and blah 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 blah. So when I was kind of just scrolling through to see if there were any new ones coming soon, I saw that there was this one that existed that I just didn't read. So I'm going back and reading that, and I am hoping to make pretty good progress on it. I kind of always just know that in readathons I'm going to spend a lot of time like on Twitter and Instagram and with the cats and just enjoying the whole self-care vibe, and I'm totally good with that. So I'm not expecting to finish it, but I'm excited to get some progress made. So I'm going to settle in and do that, and I will check back in with you later. Okay, there's about 30 minutes left for Cozy Reading Night, but I had to update you all on the catastrophe. Emphasis on cats. It's really not that bad, but I have to go where the puns lead me. If you've watched my recent videos since moving to this apartment, you may notice that my chase is set up a little bit differently today than it has been before. That's because I put away the air conditioner that was right behind me here. And now I have my chase set up in its normal position for how I like to situate my reading nook. And normally YT likes to jump from the back of the chase up to the top of the bookshelf. And I think because I switched it up a little bit, she kind of got freaked out and didn't know how to get back down. And so she managed to jump to this little side table that's right next to me and directly onto my coffee. I, of course, happen to also have some books sitting next to me, and they are now being fan dried because they got coffeed. It's not too bad, it's just the tops and only in some of the pages, so I'm really hoping that the fan drying kind of takes away the bulk of it. I know I could put them in the freezer, but that takes a long time and I want to read them this weekend, so I'm just accepting that they're going to be a little bit warbly, and that's just how it is. Yes, it's probably a good exercise for me because I'm such a perfectionist and I really care about how my books look, so it's a good exercise in letting go. It's okay, they don't have to look perfect. Life will go on and they're still great books, I'm sure. So yes, I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes just relaxing again and enjoying a little bit more of Penrick and His Fox. I will check back in at the end. Alright, it is officially the end of Cozy Reading Night / Cozy Reading early afternoon if you are in Portland. Overall, it was very lovely. I had a lot of just pure self-care time, sipping my coffee, snuggling the cats. I did do a fair bit of reading, but as expected, I did also go and get distracted with internets and updating on social media and just seeing what other people were saying on there, which is totally fine. I still really enjoyed myself. As far as actual reading goes, I did make some progress on Penrick and His Fox by Lois McMaster Bujold. Mosa is, these cats are really in some moods the last few days. I think they picked up on my stress from book box over the past couple weeks, and they're very needy and meowy and loud. and it's lovely to get to spend some more time with them, but if we could do it with less coffee spills and yowling, that would be preferable. Anyway, so I did get some reading done on this. Not a ton. I think I probably read about 30 to 50 pages, but it doesn't tell me pages on this particular Kindle book. I did get to 30% and I was previously on 12%, so I'm just estimating. But I am really enjoying being back in this world with Penric and his demon, Desdemona. This one is a direct sequel to the second book, so it's kind of taking place with the same new characters that we met there and in the same setting that the second novella did. So it's taken me a minute to kind of remember what was even happening in that particular novella because it has been a litlittle while since I read it, but I am really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to reading some more of it for Readathon tomorrow and probably before bed tonight. So I will talk to you guys at Readathon. Morning booktube. It is officially Dewey's 24-hour readathon, and as is tradition at this point, I am getting a bit of a late start. In Portland, the readathon starts at 5 a.m., which is just not likely to ever happen for me because I'm not a morning person, and especially not on weekends. So I am instead starting at a nice comfortable 9:30-ish time. I got up just about 9, got my coffee going, got showered, kind of like less zombified. And it's 9:30 and I'm starting and I feel good about that. So yeah, it's a good start. So I do have my coffee. I'm drinking a pumpkin spice coffee today. It's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's just black. There's no fanciness. It's just flavored grounds. But I'm pleased. And nobody probably cares about that. But I am very set on snacks, and I have a ton of different teas and stuff for later. I also have a pizza that I'm very excited to eat later for lunch. It's my favorite pizza. It's really rare for me actually to have pizza because I have a lot of sort of dietary issues that make pizza not happen, but I found a pizza that works for me and I'm super excited about it. Anyway, everyone is probably wondering what I'm going to read because it's Readathon, and that's probably why you're watching this. So I will go over my pile here. The first book on my list is Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, and I've never read Kurt Vonnegut. That's my dark secret. It's been on my list for a while to read something by him just because I know so many people are very big fans, and he's got a reputation for a very unique style. So I have been wanting to read it. Because of this, this is actually going to be the November read for S'more Sci-Fi. So sort of a spoiler because I think at the time that I'm publishing this, we won't have officially announced it on the podcast, but here's a little treat for those of you who both watch my videos and participate in the book club. This is November. So because we record the episodes a little bit early, so we have time to edit and stuff, I actually have to finish this before the end, or not finish it, I have to get to the first half of it before the end of the month, so we can do the episode. It time's a little bit weird considering that it's the November book, but I'm going to start reading this so I can get to the first half done for the first episode. I'm very excited. The other reads that I have, I'm still working on the Kindle novella that I was working on yesterday for Cozy Reading Night, which is Penric's Fox by Lois McMaster Bujold. Still enjoying it. I am actually probably going to save this one for a little bit later. I'm going to do a book bath, and it's easier just to put my Kindle in a Ziploc than having to worry about paper books in the bath. And I already have had a sad experience with paper books getting messed up this weekend because, as you probably saw just a few seconds ago, YT spilled coffee on this book and I'm very sad about it. It's not that bad. As you can see, it's just that very end few pages, and even when you look at the pages themselves, it's not. It's just a little bit of warbly-ness at the very top. So it's not to the end of the world, but it's sad. But I do plan on working on A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, if I have time for it. That is one of my other picks. The other book that got, this actually got the bulk of the coffee damage, was Jim and the Holograms graphic novel. This one is specifically about the Misfits, and so I'm very excited about that. It looks like it's kind of maybe a flashback, kind of like the individual stories of the Misfits. But yeah, you can tell this one got more damaged from the coffee. The pages kind of have a funkiness to them, but because it's so saturated and glossy pages, I think it actually got less damage than it would have otherwise, so that's good. It's not the end of the world. I have like a million books. Just because they have a little bit of weirdness on 2 of them, I can't really complain. So that's really my TBR. I have one other book that was on my pile, which is kind of cheating a little bit, but this is the workbook, my writing workbook that I've been working on this last week. I actually have another separate vlog going with the writing stuff I've been doing, and I've sort of decided that I'm okay with giving myself a pass and not writing today or doing any writing prep. But just in case, I thought I would add this to my TBR so that if I do a couple exercises or something out of it, I can count it for both the readathon and my writing goals, and we'll be good. Yeah, so I'm going to jump on in to Cat's Cradle and see what I think of that, and I'll check back in later. Alright, it is now right at noon and I'm taking a little break for lunch, but so far Readathon has been very productive. Even though I've only been going for about 2.5 hours, I am pleased with the progress that I have made. I have been on social media a bit, just checking on everyone's updates and stuff and making a few of my own, and with that I still have read about 40 pages so far of Cat's Cradle, so that is better than I expected because I'm a bit of a slow reader. But yeah, I am enjoying this, but it's also very strange, and there are some problematic things in it, not really plot-wise, but just phrasing, which is somewhat explained by the fact that it is an older book. I think it's from 1963. Yes, 1963. So they throw out a few terms that you would not generally find in a book of 2017. Explainable, but not excusable. And yeah. Aside from all of that, though, it is very interesting, and I do really like the style that it's written in. It has very, very short chapters, like 3-paragraph chapters, so maybe a couple pages, and that makes it go by pretty fast. So yeah, I'm making good progress, and I am going to continue with this one a bit after lunch. And as for my lunch, in case you all are curious, I have the aforementioned pizza, which I'm very excited about. This is a pepperoni one, and it is sure to be quite tasty. I'm letting it cool at the moment. Yes, also, this is totally unrelated to Readathon, but I realized that today is the 1-year anniversary since YT came to live with me. So that is very exciting, and I have already given her some extra celebratory treats, and I'm sure she will get a few more throughout the course of the day because I have no self-control when it comes to giving my cats treats. Yeah, but that's exciting. So happy 1 year to YT living with Mosa and me. Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to have my lunch and get back to reading, and I will check back in another few hours. It's now just past 4 p.m. and I have read a little over 100 pages of Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. I am enjoying it so far. I'm not going to talk too much about it just because I am planning on talking about it in the podcast, more sci-fi book club podcast. It's weird and it has problems, but despite all of that, I am actually enjoying it and I'm finding myself very pulled in and curious to see what's going to happen. I like how all of these little random one-off or seemingly one-off stories are coming together and being woven into the overall story. So yeah, I'm curious to see where it all leads to. But that's all I'm going to say, and I think that's all I'm going to read for Readathon of this. I am actually thinking I'm going to get up and do a little exercise because I have just been laying here all day, which has been lovely, and Mosa helped a bit with that by taking an adorable nap on top of me, which I ended up spending probably 20 minutes just taking photos of her and like squeeing and petting her and stuff like I do. I also spent a little bit of time on social media and Voxer. Frankie Reads and I had to both like freak out over the book that she just read and that I just finished maybe a week or two back, and so good. Eliza and Her Monsters. If you guys have not read that, you should read it. It's so good. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do a really quick bit of exercise because this is a new self-care thing I'm trying to be better about. And then I might actually switch to a book bath and read a bit more of Penrick and His Fox by Lois McMaster Bujold. I do also plan on getting to the graphic novel still. I don't know if I'm going to read A Closed and Common Orbit. I don't know if I'll end up having time for it because I do kind of feel like I want to write later. We'll see. You guys will find out by the end of this video, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go off and do that, and again, I'll talk to you later. Everyone should be super impressed right now because yes, I am wearing exercise clothes and I did just do the 8-minute Taibo workout. Original Taibo videos from 1996-ish? 98. From 1998. Yes. I found this on eBay several years ago and I bought it because I love Taibo. And now I'm going to take a quick shower to degross before I go soak in a relaxing bath and read Penrick and His Fox. It is now about 6:30, and as my spa robe may indicate, the self-care levels here have gone to maximum. So I did take my quick shower, but before I did, I put up a Twitter poll so you all could help me decide what bath product to use for my Readathon book bath. The winning option was a Lush pumpkin bath bomb. It was lovely. And actually, while I was waiting for the poll to sit a little bit, I ended up doing like a full facial deal. I used this mud mask thing that I got a sample of from Sephora, and I used a pumpkin apple spice peel, which is just as amazing as it sounds. Also a great pairing with the bath bomb. I read a little bit of Penrick's Fox, and I think I'm actually just going to keep going with this, though I will take it out of the Ziploc now that I'm officially out of the bath. I'm also planning on going to the grocery store later. I like to do late night grocery store trips, so I will probably do my next check-in when I get back from that. Hey guys, this will probably be my last check-in for the night. It's about 10:30, so it's been about 4 hours since my last check-in. And as predicted, I recently got back from the store, and I also did work a little bit before leaving on Penrick's Fox, which I plan to continue, so this will probably be what I read for the rest of the night. I do plan on doing a little bit of writing still, but I don't know if I will pick up anything else. I might just stick with these two. And as you can see, I have a lovely fire going. I just started this fire, and I did so originally with the flue closed, so my smoke alarm went off, and my cats went and hid under the chase in my office / book nook. So it's better now. You don't hear the smoke alarm, but the kitties are still hiding because they're clearly traumatized, and hopefully they will come out soon. Anyway, I will probably check in the morning, maybe super late tonight, but probably in the morning, and wrap up Readathon. Hey guys, it's now Sunday, so I wanted to just wrap things up with you. I did not end up reading pretty much anything or writing. I didn't do anything after my last check-in. I had the fire going and I was all cozy and comfy on the couch, and I ended up turning on this random Amazon Prime show called Lore. If you haven't heard of this, I had not heard of this. It's, I think, based on a podcast, and they go back through some like old-timey stories that are creepy and are kind of like where a lot of lore and myths and legends and such come from. There was one on werewolves. There was one on wow, I'm blanking on anything else. Oh, but y'all should go and Google where the phrase "saved by the bell" comes from, because that was unexpected. Yes. I will just leave that to you and Google. But yes, I ended up watching a few episodes of that. I also ended up playing this game on my phone called Clawbert, which is one of those like arcade crane games, but it's super duper adorable. And there are different worlds, which is just the different machines you could go to. So there's sort of the like base one, and then as you get more toys, you're able to unlock other worlds. There is a Halloween one though, which is actually why I downloaded the app, and it's so fun. So you like pick up these eggs or whatever, and then they have to hatch, which of course you can buy coins to make them hatch faster, and you can buy the coins with real money. I haven't been doing that, but once they actually hatch, then you either get some coins or you get a toy, and then you can see your toy collection for each of the worlds and like try to collect them all. I love those kinds of things. I love the like collection achievement type games. It's very soothing. I ended up doing that for a couple hours probably, and then eventually just fell asleep. So I did not read any more than I had at the last point. I am right at halfway through Penrick's Fox, and I'm actually hoping to finish that this weekend, just because I am pretty close to it. Like, it's halfway through, but it's a novella, so it's not that long to begin with. And I'm right at the point where things are ramping up and getting very interesting, so hopefully I will be able to make some time for that later tonight. And then I did also read just over 100 pages of Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, which I'm really enjoying, and that was really all I read. So probably about like 150, 200 pages. Not much, but the whole day was just glorious, full of self-care. I just spent all this time kind of like lounging in my book nook, petting the cats. I took a book bath. I painted my nails. Very nice. And yeah, it was fantastic. So let me know down in the comments what you guys have been up to, and if you participated in a cozy reading night or readathon. Are you one of those who read like 1,000 pages? I think Becky Ford posted at one point, and she was like taking a break from watching a game and had at that point read over 1,000 pages, and I was so impressed. It's so fast reading. Although there's nothing wrong with reading a small amount of pages like me. Sometimes it's all just about the experience. Anyway, yeah, let me know how your readathon was, if you participated, if you're hoping to participate next time. It comes up twice a year, and Cozy Reading Night comes up 4 times a year, I believe, with perhaps a few extras in there. I think there was a Harry Potter one. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!